my bow is... I picked up my bow. It's not on my back. I pick up my bow, and I have an arrow. Like, I'm just ready all the time. They're, like, sitting next to me, and I just pick them up. They're nocked, and they're ready for me to, like, pick up the moment.
I guess what I'm saying is are you making a motion that they're going to recognize from the south as you know they're there? Or are you trying to specifically play this as you don't want them to know that you saw them?
Yeah, I don't want them to know I saw them.
Oh, okay. That's what I'm going on then. Okay. Ardreth, you're up. And maybe muted.
No, I'm just trying to... I'm thinking, and I can't think and talk all at the same time. All right, so about how far off are they again?
You're not sure. All you heard was Ian say what she said. But you don't see anything.
Okay. But in the woods off to the south.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to... I'm going to move up to this position here. And I'll pull an arrow out and hold an action to see if something pops out. So my cue will be if I see something pop its head out of the woods.
Okay. Finn, you're up.
He's going to reach into a pouch at his hip and pull out a small slip of paper and cast Shield of Faith on himself, and a shimmering green will envelop him briefly and nod to, I think, and then disappear. The shimmering green, that is, not him.
All right. That's visible from quite a ways away, or?
Ooh, it's a good question. Is it? It's a shimmering field. It doesn't really say it stays there, but
yeah, you get to describe how the effect looks.
You'll just see it's a little bit like a larger set of armor.
Like would Coffee and Graybeard see it?
Coffee would probably definitely notice it. I don't know if Graybeard would. Coffee being the only other spellcaster other than Ardreth. But I suddenly start glowing in green light.
Okay. Yeah, you definitely hear a shout from the woods. It's a holler. It's not in a language you recognize, and you begin to see movement all along the trees as as the shimmer happens.
Is this a high forest next to us?
Yeah, this is part of the high forest.
Oh, okay.
So let me go ahead and start bringing some guys in. So they're starting to break cover, although those of you holding your action will get to go. Coffee will still get to go, and then their initiative will pop up. But let me see how I can do this in a quick and efficient manner. Hold on. Does that work? Hey, I think it worked.
Yikes.
Oh my god. I think it's fucked up.
Where's my fireball?
Stag?
That is a very good question. Where is your fire?
It's waiting for next level.
All right, so yeah, stepping out from their cover and starting to make their run. Finn casted his spell. You still have movement at that point, right, Finn?
After
lose Finn?
spell? Yeah.
That cider got really good.
1 shot, 2 shot, 3 shot, 4.
Okay, he's not saying anything. So those that were holding their action are able to make your 1 bow attack.
What are they?
What you are seeing currently look... they're human, a little bit, but on kind of more of the primitive side. They're dressed in
Sorry, dog issue.
hide armor that has quite a bit of bone sewn in different areas. They seem to be tattooed. They all seem to be of dark hair. This is a very tribal kind of warrior. Those of you probably from this area, Ian would know for sure that these are Uthgardt. She's from the High Forest, and they are groups of people that they've had to battle. Finn would probably know of the Uthgardt, especially because they typically fight giants quite often, but they also will raid civilized folks and such. And then the rest of you can roll to know if you've encountered them or not before. And you can roll a history. So yeah, Graybeard, you know of the Uthgardt. Maybe not these specific Uthgardt. There are many different tribes of Uthgardt throughout the Sword Coast. Yep, Jarral knows of them.
Yeah, man. We
Ardreth, you probably have heard stories of them. This is probably just the first time you've encountered them. Finn have definitely. And Ardreth's 20 perception. Oh, that was for something else. Gotcha. Jarral, you got a high enough one. And Ian, you probably recognize the markings that this is probably the Elk clan Uthgardt.
I'm assuming we do not have a good relationship with them.
They are very clan, very tribal, and they do a lot of raiding. And you look like typical travelers, and it definitely looks like they're running to get to you as they come howling out of the woods.
Okay. Are you back then?
Yeah.
Okay.
You still had movement, and then we're going to let the people that were holding their action go.
Wherever you want to go. Oh, crap.
They'll run right down to the edge of the forest, try to minimize the line of sight that the entire line there has on them.
I'm going to say that people in the woods, you see all of them. They see you. And if you're in these woods, I'm just going to give you partial cover. The minute you're out of the woods, your cover's gone.
He gets into the woods.
Okay. So as you're charging through there, we'll just give you get a +2 to your AC while you're from missile weapons in the woods.
Okay. Yeah, he's not doing straight line charges. He's just going to let Nod pick his way through.
Okay.
Quick as a cat can.
Okay, so those that were holding at the top had been Ian. You get to make a bow shot.
When I hold my action, do I get my action?
You get to hold a single action, it's not like taking your full turn. It's like you get a bow shot.
Well, my action is to bow attacks. It's not an action in the bonus action. That's just the action. The extra
Yeah,
attack.
I think a held action is one attack, I believe. I don't think it's like all of your... Let me look. Graybeard, any thought on that?
Yeah, it should be a whole action. So if she gets 2 attacks in one action, she should be able to complete the whole action. Because it's basically like she weighted her initiative. Her initiative should just move down in the order, is the way it used to be played.
That's the thing that's different, though. It's not just like moving down in the order anymore. because
Yeah.
you have to have the trigger and you have to say the specific thing you're
right.
doing. So it's not just like I throw my bonuses, I launch my spell, and then I do my movement. It's I do this one thing.
Yeah, I would still probably give them their whole action, but we can look it up while she starts it off.
Looking for help.
You can ready a standard action, a move action, or a free action.
There it is. So if you get 2 attacks in a single action, you would.
Wait, you know what? Shit, I'm sorry. That's the hypertext 3.5
Yeah.
D20 SRD.
Yeah.
Let me back that up.
I'm playing it as you get your
Right
one
on that
attack
statement.
on a held action, so you get one shot off.
Bummage.
All right, whatever you want, boss. I attack the stag.
Okay.
Oh man.
Uh, 15.
15.
Turn that up.
Why is it at disadvantage? 16.
Wouldn't you like to know?
All right then. Is it 15?
There is definitely a reason. So it's because the it. Nope, that is a miss.
All right, that's it.
Okay. Ardreth, you also held a bow shot, so you get a bow shot.
It did. Taking it at the.
Taking it at who?
Just the one straight south of me. In the same
Okay.
line.
All right. That's in plenty of range. Yeah, you're 95 feet out. Yeah, that would be a hit. Go ahead and give us nope, just the word of the bow. Okay,
Yeah, I
straight
hit
south of you.
I forget I can't hit the damage on the character sheet.
Do the right thing. Okay, you see an arrow stick into him. That warrior howls a little bit, but still continues to try to run forward. We got through Finn. We're up to Coffee.
To arms, dwarf. Going blade song and blur.
Oh, what?
And I am jumping off the cart. So blade song is my bonus. My movement will be 40 off there, so we'll say half to get off the cart.
Okay. I put it in there. Both of those things are the same time, right? They're both 10 rounds.
Correct.
Yeah, they're a minute. Okay. And those are one of them's concentration.
Blur is.
Blur. Okay. All right. So bounding off of the cart and bringing up what we dubbed, I think, 2 sessions ago, last session, leopard style. Wasn't that what it was?
Yeah, that's correct. It is leopard style.
There you go.
Puma style.
That
All
is
right.
the technical style name.
Yeah. So these guys are up. So
Wow, he growls.
Nice. All right. So yeah, these are Uthgardt barbarians. Very common roving bands and clans of this area. You recognize that they have a lot of elk antlers somehow adorned on them. They have tattoos of kind of like tribal elk heads and such. They're all wearing like hides and furs, and they begin to surge out of the woods. But other than that, they're pretty standard dudes. Yeah, only 30 feet, so 30, so it's about there. Let's actually try to move all these guys together. That would make more sense.
It's the Russian human wave.
So they move their movement towards the group, it looks like. The elk stays in the woods. There is a person riding the elk, you notice now.
Sweet.
Does this elk call himself the 21st?
No.
Only if he's extremely classy.
A large group of them saw Finn, so we're going to break these guys off. "30 feet. That's their move. This group will head up. All right, so they are not in range to attack you, these guys. They are running up. They have spear in hand. They look like a pretty vicious serrated bone spears. Obviously, they look like they are well used in hunting with them and using them. But they all are going to take their action as the dodge action as they are running forward. What square would you say you're in there, Nod? Where's your front at? Which square? Okay, so those two are probably right at the 5 foot. So those two can attack with their spear then. The four behind him are taking the dodge action and running towards you. They are not in range. So we have 2 spear attacks from the tribal warriors. They're making a two-handed attack at... They're actually going to try to hit Nod. So first one is a 16. Second one, a 12.
16 hits. 12 will now miss, I believe.
Yeah, and your shield helps him too, right?
Right.
Yeah.
It's
Okay,
actually
so 6 piercing. Yeah, 6 piercing for the one spear shot. So a spear lances out, and as Nod roars at him in anger, his paw is hit with one of the spear blades.
Ouch.
You can hear the shaman yelling orders from the elk in a language you don't recognize. She appears to have quite the elk headdress on. And it's a big elk. It's probably bigger than Nod. It's an impressive thing. And actually, go ahead and give me a... Did you make a history roll that you knew these, Finn? Yeah. So with your history roll, now give me a religion check real quick. Let's see if you know one more additional piece of information. That would be cool. Oh, yeah, you do. You recognize that her steed is the same thing as like Nod. It's a summoned... It's the fine steed thing. It's the same thing. So it's the connected spirit that has taken the form of a chosen mount, and in this case the elk.
All right.
Which you could have had.
It's not too late. I can just ditch this lion.
Other than that, you see her also spew out arcana words She has cast something, but you're not sure what has happened. And that is... Oh, there's one more. Okay, yeah, there's one more dude. Let me bring this guy out now. Having trouble. Give me a second. One of these guys seems to be moving even faster. So he's going to get to go. And he leaps onto the cart, great axe in hand. So yeah, he did his move, he did his action. Oh yeah, and then he gets his attack. Okay. Whew. A lot of guys again, sorry.
So are we.
Afterwards, you're gonna have to tell me. I want to know.
You want to know what?
Oh, after the later on in the after hours show. Let me tell you. You gotta tell me how this guy moved.
Oh yeah,
and then
you're gonna figure it out really quick. Yeah, you're gonna figure it out. You also recognize immediately that the way he's coming at you is in total disregard for his own well-being. Something you recognize immediately, Graybeard. And he slashes at you and your hands that are holding the reins. You can tell his plan is to cut your hands off so that you're stopped driving the oxen. Okay. And he swings a great axe. And he rolls a 13.
Miss.
Oh, no. I'm sorry. He rolls a 24.
I guess he hits.
That's a pretty big shift.
13, 24.
Yeah, tomato.
Somebody recognizes what's going on, I'm sure. For 4 slashing. He's trying to make you drop the reins when he swings at you.
Oh, I'm gonna be dropping the reins, all right.
Yeah, so he has advantage on the attack. Okay, so that's that guy. She cast. Those are the warriors. Okay. And there is. Yeah, the guy in the back here. Actually, I'm pulling that out. What I did is I placed 2 tokens in there so you guys wouldn't quite know what you were up against until it happened. So I'm pulling those 2 out. They're gone, and I'm replacing them with the correct tokens is what's happening. So that's the shift you're seeing. Token layer. There we go. All right, and let's go with a longbow. You see one of these tribal warriors has a longbow at the back, standing just in the woods, and fires at Ian at the back of the cart, who also had a bow. A longbow, correct?
Yes.
So he targets you with the longbow. Where's his thing at?
Yes, because I hit so hard.
I'm missing the one guy I need. Why am I missing? Okay, let me grab him. Thought I had him. There it is, the leader. All right, here goes a bow shot.
for 5,000.
No, it's just gonna be a regular shot first. So for a 14.
Yep.
So 6 piercing from an arrow shot. And he's in the trees. He has cover if you shoot at him, but he's still able. You can still see him. I'm just going to give him cover from where he's firing. That is their turn. Sorry it took so long. Now that I've got everything set, it should go much quicker. We are up to Jarral.
Is this the guy that just shot?
Wow, Ian, you sound exactly like him.
Great. She's been practicing.
Thanks, I've
She
been
was
working on
gem.
it.
I know. You're
Say
welcome
that again?
back.
I didn't see what you were doing.
This one here. Is that the one that just shot the arrow?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so Jarl's going to rear the horse back, and so he recognizes that these are the I can't remember what you called them, but they're
Uthgardt Barbarians.
Uthgardt Barbarians. But I do know that they normally hunt giants, right?
They hate giants. They hate orcs, but they also raid civilized lands all the time.
Okay. So Jarl's going to raise back the horse, just kind of to pull him back, and he's going to yell out that we may have a common enemy. Hold your fire. See how they respond to that. He'll reference the giants. The giants. We may have a common enemy in the giants.
You hear from the one riding the elk. She responds in Elvish
Oh crap!
and says, "Drop everything you have, and you can be on your way."
Fuck that.
And the tribal warriors are still running forward. It's all happening in that 6-second span, that few second span. So they have not stopped running forward.
All right. Trying to figure out if
it's not a good Elvish. It's a bad Elvish. But for those of you that speak Elvish, you recognize what she says.
So she's not. Okay, I got you.
They're Uthgards are basically humans.
Right. All right. So, just a meta question: would it be better for me to stay on the horse or off the horse?
You don't have skills to fight from the horse.
Okay, that's more of what.
So
I'm getting at.
yeah, I wouldn't think staying on the horse would be a good idea.
All right, then I'm gonna hop down.
But running away on the horse could be an awesome idea.
I'm gonna yell out to Coffee. I think we're outnumbered. Do you want to hop on the horse?
Are you joking, man?
I'm getting weary of being outnumbered. Very well.
Typical Drow.
Alright, so I'm going to hop off the horse, smack it on the ass, and I'm going to walk over and just stand side by side with Coffee.
Okay.
And I guess that's my action, so I guess I'm done.
Yeah, so dismount, move. You still have bonus action stuff you could do.
No,
you probably done
unless
as
I hit
much
something.
talking in 6 seconds, yeah. Let me get one more thing here, because I think... Where did I see that? I thought I had a better description of them, and I'm not seeing it. Oh, yeah. No, where is the...
I'm so glad Jarl once more decided to try diplomacy.
Someone
Your
has to.
enemies. What is this? Oh,
It's gonna work.
4?
Eventually, it's gonna work. All right. So that was Jarl.
I've sort of been right once.
Graybeard. You have
Right.
a dude standing next to you.
All right. Bonus action to rage up, and then a couple of great axe swings.
Okay.
Choke him out with those reins.
Oh, yeah, I was tempted. $15 hit.
Question. Let me get to the right screen. Yes, 15 would hit. Ooh, nice.
And
19's a hit.
Damn.
Yeah. Takes 2 shots.
and I had to use my bonus action to rage up, so I'm good. I did not do reckless attack, so just normal strikes back at me.
That's super metagamey, but awesome. Nice. Nice. All right.
Remember, I'm kind of trying to become a rogue, so I gotta fight smarter, not harder.
See, that makes
Yeah.
me wonder, like, people fighting like Grink Felixes, like they're all like, "You're metagaming this. Don't put your shields over each other."
Nice.
Well, he recognized an advantage tactic, so he didn't have to use reckless to get his advantage. Because the other guy's using reckless, which automatically gives his opponents advantage. That's metagaming. That's super good. Super good. Okay. You were definitely a danger. You hit him pretty hard. Good job.
Woohoo!
Ian, we're back to the top of the round. You were up.
What is it going to cost me to get off of the wagon?
That's part of your movement. So if you want it, actually, Graybeard, what are you doing with the wagon? Because you haven't necessarily stopped or said anything about the wagon, the oxen that you were doing.
I did assume, so I assumed that I had to interact to grab my axe. So hence,
Yeah.
I'm not doing anything with the wagon.
Okay, you just dropped the reins.
Yep.
So I'm going to say it's still moving at this point. Nothing has made them stop. So Ian, it's a moving wagon, but your movement to get off of it would just be, like an acrobatics check to jump off if that's what you want to do. It is still currently moving. But it would only be part of your movement. It wouldn't be an action to get down or anything.
Okay.
Not that I want to take away the ability for her to do that, but how is that different from getting off a horse?
It's different if you've not been trained. And if she misses the acrobatic check, something will happen to her. So it's more like trying to jump off a moving cart would be an acrobatics check. Similar to that. Whereas, I guess you could have tried to jump off your moving horse, I guess. I didn't. A dismount would be, I guess, in my head was dismounting the horse in a normal manner. Not trying something Batman-like.
Okay.
But Ian, you're able to jump whichever direction you want to go, but it uses up all of your movement as you hit the ground, and you lose your balance slightly.
Okay. I try to hit her.
Okay, where are you going to move to? Or were you? Oh, gotcha. Okay. So aiming for the rider on the elk. Got it.
Oh, I hunter's marker first. I hunter's marker, then I shoot her.
Okay.
And is she a humanoid?
Yes.
All right. Well, and I have to find the right one. It's been such a long time. This one. Does that hit?
Yeah, 25. Yeah, that'd be a hit.
Okay, so that's the first one. Second one. Is that a maybe that didn't hit sort of sound?
The 25?
Yeah.
No,
Or-
the 25 hit. I'm looking for a character sheet because it's not on my screen. Sorry.
And that one misses. And that's my turn.
The problem is when I look at the screen, it starts with Uthgardt, then something. So now it's hard for me to tell at the bottom of my screen which one is the right Uthgardt. There she is. Nice. Okay, so you did hit for 12, though. That's awesome damage. An arrow flings into her, and she lets out a cry. Okay, Ardreth, you are up.
Well, at this point, it looks like combat's in order, so I'm going to take another shot at the one straight below me. The one I wounded last time, if I can
Okay.
still see him.
Yeah. He's still there. Oh, yeah. He's this one right here. He's the one you hit before.
Okay.
12 is a miss.
What's the second number that shows up in those, by the way?
Like the 21?
Yeah.
That's just the roll 20 doing the mechanic. If you happen to have advantage on a roll for some reason, then you would get to
Gotcha.
take either one of them. So it just rolls them instead of you having to click a different button that says, this time I need to roll for advantage. This time I need to roll for disadvantage. This time I'm just a regular roll. So instead of having like 3 buttons to do that, it just rolls the 2. And we decide which ones work depending on what the scenario is. And in this case, they ran forward only 30, took the dodge action. So they would take the lowest number because as a dodge, they get disadvantage with attacks against them. But the 12 is also the first number in that
Gotcha.
case.
Thanks. I always wondered that. Now I know.
All right. So you still have movement or bonus actions.
Bonus action, I will pass Bardic Inspiration on... I will pass it on... Graybeard.
Yay!
I figure he's closest in right now. And... Okay, and I will... Do they have... You said they have javelins?
They have spears, hunting spears.
Okay.
One has a longbow and one on the wagon has a great axe. The rest of them have spears.
Gotcha. All right. I will... Sorry, I'm checking the distance on the spell. I will stay where I'm at.
Okay. So that would put the shaman up next. Okay. Okay. She casts. I'm going to have her move and take cover deeper into the woods as her move.
Pansy.
And there we go. Shaman. Man, it's hard to keep all these ones tracked. And she has a bow, and she will shoot at. Yeah, she's going to shoot at Graybeard.
I would like to evoke my cover clause at this point, please.
Your cover clause?
Yes.
So short bow attack. Yep, and it's a miss. So an arrow flies out as she, and then she shouts out in a language again that you don't recognize, and some orders to the tribe members, and then Finn is up.
Finn
What are
will
you, Finn?
stab twice at one of the cavemen there. Wow.
9 would be a miss. 10 would be a miss.
Nod will take a disengage action and move 50 feet to the north.
Okay.
And that's it.
Let me check their spears to make sure they don't have extra reach, because they might get an attack on you. Not Nod himself, but you. No, it says reach 5 feet. No, never mind. Okay. Coffee, you were up.
Alright, I will step forward and engage one of them.
Oh yeah, nice slice.
Four.
I'm assuming this guy right here then.
Yeah, the one I'm next to.
You hit him and he looks grievously wounded, barely still standing.
I give him another what for?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, puts him down. You can describe it.
How dare you, sir? Down he goes.
Yeah, just cut him down.
And then I will step forward to the next. And be ready.
Okay. Good move. So you move forward, blades flash out, cut that guy down, move to engage the next. Tribal warriors are up. All right. So they are going to... Yeah, they'll run up, and they are going to throw one of their spears at you, Finn. Although it's only 20 feet of range for a spear. How far is that? Ooh, it'd be a disadvantage. I gotta be closer than that. Crazy. Yeah, so these would be disadvantaged spear shots being thrown at you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So here we go. So the first 3 spears from the first 3 is a 12, a 13, and 11. I assume all that misses. The 3 in the back throw their spears, also at disadvantage. Oh, I think I'm rolling the wrong person, but we'll just let that stand. Where are they at? There they are. Here we go. Alright, so, and that then was an 8, a 13, and a 12. Misses. Alright, so spears will fly out and bounce. Most, actually, they probably don't all miss, it's just they bounce off your plate armor that you have now.
Knocking them out
Which
of
is
the shield.
spectacular. Yeah, shield blocks a bunch of them. They might even hit Nod, but they don't do any damage at all. They just fall off him. All right, so the guys with Coffee and Jarral. There. 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 Move up. There. And then the rest of these guys. Do a full select and just move them. There. All right, so these guys in the back that I just moved, well, they're not going to get close enough. They're also not going to use their action. They're just going to use dodge as their action. These two next to the cart will throw one of their spears, and they're trying to hit Graybeard.
Oh no.
And all right, so here comes 2 spear shots at Graybeard. 1 and 2. So a 19 and an 18.
Both hit.
So 6 piercing and 4 piercing. Okay. Ian, you have one guy. He's trying to thrust you two-handed. As he runs up to you, he's trying to interfere with you knocking your arrows. He tries to thrust towards your chest. He rolls a 15.
Yes, Lucien, that hits.
Okay.
I
Is
have a
that muted
13
cursing
vision.
and then? Okay. I always forget. 5 piercing damage. All right. Then we also have these guys around Coffee. Coffee, you have 1, 2, 3, 4 guys thrusting at you. Each of them is trying to, like, one guy tries to thrust and they're trying to anticipate your dodge so the other guy can thrust, and they're all trying to work together. And they roll their 4 two-handed spear shots. They're trying to hit you All right, so we've got a 23, a 14, a 15, and an 11. I'm guessing maybe just the 23 hits.
They're all at disadvantage.
They're actually all at advantage.
Oh, because of the pack tactics?
Yes, sir.
So was there a 20?
So it cancels out. So the 23 is a crit hit.
Metagaming DM.
5, 15, 8.
So you had a 23, 5, a
5, a 15, and 8.
All right, I'll burn a. I will burn a shield on the 23, and everything else misses.
Okay. Oh, I ain't metagamed you yet. It's coming. Jarral, you have 3 of them attacking you. Spears thrusting out towards your body, head. And as you dodge, they try to hit you where you're dodging. Here comes 3 shots. One, 2, 3. A 23, a 23, and a 13.
A 23, and a 13. 23's hit.
Those are going to be 14 points of piercing damage for the first one, and 11 piercing damage for the second.
Ouch.
WTF. Alright. So that's 25.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. The guy with the longbow. Wow, nobody hit Coffee at all. So he's going to take a shot at Coffee with the longbow. So he steps out from cover, takes an arrow shot, and then steps back into cover. So it's just a bow shot. This, he does not have pack tactics, so this would be a disadvantage one, right?
Correct.
Okay, so this would be a disadvantage roll. Yeah, so he rolls an 8. Okay. So an arrow whizzes by Coffee in the mix of things. And the last guy. Yeah. So first, our raging, foaming at the mouth guy with a great axe takes 2 swings at Graybeard.
Alright.
An 11. Ugh.
Yay!
And a 20
Boo. It hits.
for 9 slashing.
Alright.
And then he's going to take a disengage as you have dropped the reins. And move to here.
Coward.
Actually, he's going to move right in with his warriors. All right. Jarral, you were up.
I am going to. So if I use. So what am I seeing down here?
You're seeing a guy, he has a longbow, so he steps out from behind a tree, fires an arrow, and then he kind of steps back behind the tree.
Okay.
So he gets some cover.
Um.
I like to call it the Ian maneuver.
Alright, so I'm going to spend a key point, and I'm going to use that as a bonus action to disengage. And I am going to... I am going to take a healing potion. And that is 2d4 plus 2, I think, right?
Yep, standard ones. Yep.
Plus 2 for 7. That's a terrible roll, my god. Alright. And then I'm going to... I'm going to come down here. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. I'm going to come down here. And I'm going to attack this guy. Oh no, I can't attack him. I took a healing potion. That's my move. That's my turn.
Okay. Okay, that was Jarral, and then Greybeard, you were up.
Graybeard readies his M60.
Nice. I've been waiting for you to use it. It's a magical one.
All right, I guess. Let's see what I want to do. Sure. All right, I am going to. I guess I'm gonna take like a 5-foot step. If I could move my token. Oh, oops. Like to here. And then
And actually, I'm gonna move these guys. This happened all at the same time, so I'm gonna put you here when your thing starts.
okay, and they're still in this
now
position?
the ox have stopped. Yeah, they've stopped on the road.
Sorry, is it too late for me to do something from my turn?
No, not if it's something you could do.
Alright, I want to spend a key point and use dodge as my bonus. Do I only get one bonus, or can I use that indefinitely? I think we had that discussion.
You get one bonus action per turn. I
Alright.
think you used it for disengage.
Yeah, I did. Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, no problem. So go ahead, Graybeard.
All right. Step here. And
Yeah.
then
Okay.
attack.
In the wagon, no rolls are need to be made.
Hit this one. Well, okay. I'll hit this one first and see where we get to.
Yeah, be a hit. Yeah, that guy goes down.
Okay.
So an axe through the top of the head as you're standing from the cart.
And then the next one. Oh,
Misses.
whoosh. It really is a waste, you guys. We should be fighting giants. I'll yell.
Yeah, in
And,
what language?
Caveman.
Just in common.
Oh, okay.
But I'll yell really loud.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to use any bonus actions or anything.
Oh, okay. Moving on to back of the top of the round. Ian, you have a warrior in your face.
I'm calling for an incoming hail of arrows on me.
Sorry. Hunter's Mark drops, and I cast Hail of Thorns, and I take a shot at this guy right here.
I aim at coffee. Oh, okay, the front guy. So it starts with the front guy. Correct.
Well, I have to hit first.
Yeah, right. That's what I'm saying. So we start with the front guy,
Yeah, they're humanoids, right?
and they are a humanoid.
And they haven't been hit. Where-
That one, the one you're aiming at, has not.
Alright. So 18.
Yeah, hit.
Alright.
First deal with that dude.
That's 5 damage on that guy, just regular arrow damage.
So arrow sticks into him, and then
I do.
the spell kicks off, right?
Yep. And it's against everyone within a 5-foot radius of him. Or them, I
Okay, so
guess.
there's 3.
Son of a fucking bitch. Yep. And they have to make a DC save of a dexterity of 13.
13. All right, so we
If
have
it hits-
2
God damn it.
dex saves. So 1, 2. So one makes a 14, one makes a 19.
Okay.
What was the DC?
13. They take
Okay,
one
so
damage.
they take half of it.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So that's, and the guy that got hit, we decided took it too, right?
Yeah, he does get hit.
So he has to make a dex save also.
Yep.
Okay, so this is his. This is the guy you already hit. Then he only got, no, he got an 11, which is not enough, right?
Yep. So he
Another
takes
2. Right, so you see the arrow that's in his chest hit him. He makes kind of the sound of, and then when he looks down at it, you see the thing sprout, and it puts more gashes on his chest, and it staggers him a little bit, but he's still standing. The 2 to the side, these guys that we've rolled. This is a guy who's injured and already has an arrow in him, takes another shrapnel damage from the bursting of the splintered wood. Take half, and then the guy further down, he still needs to make his dex. His is a regular dex. He rolls an 18. It's a 1, right?
Yep.
Okay. Okay.
So I moved away from that guy before that happened. So
Okay, not using a disengage, so he gets a spear attack on you? Is that what I'm hearing?
well, if he attacks, yeah.
Yeah. So his reaction would be two-handed spear. He has nobody around him, so it's just a regular strike. He does not get advantage. So he rolls a 13, which we know is a 5 piercing damage.
All right, and let's see who's been hit in this. You can't see that from like this guy that I just ran away from to, or I guess all of these guys. The guy next to Graybeard and this guy, have they both been hit or no?
Nope.
All right, but everyone over there has been. So I'm gonna take out, or I'm gonna try and hit. Probably should try and hit someone in front of me, right? That would be the smart move. The one hitting me. So yeah, I move over here, and that is no longer. I mean, I'm gonna move farther away, so it doesn't really matter. So I take a hit at. Fuck, change the thing. Right here at this guy. I try to hit
Okay.
him.
The guy who tried to spear you as you left?
The guy who did spear me.
The guy
as I
who
left.
did draw blood on you, that's true.
19.
Yeah, regular shot, so 19 hits for 6.
That's a 6. I was here, and then I'm just gonna move. Just gonna move right there. That's my action.
Okay. All right. Ardreth, you are up.
All right, I will. Each of these is 5, correct?
Yes, each of the squares is 5.
I will go to there. The spell is Fear, and it's a 30-foot cone in front of me. So I think we said it's basically would be 15 to either side of me. So 30.
No, put the text in the chat and we'll take a look at it.
Yep, I'm in the process. I was just taking this.
Yeah, so it's 30-foot cone is so like it starts at square at the first square, then it dives out.
All right.
Dives out.
I'm trying to figure out then. I'm just positioning myself to hit this mass with the most of it I can. I think if I'm there, towards the mass of people.
Let's see. 30-foot cone.
I know it's kind of.
But you're trying to go like diagonal though. You're not like doing a straight down cone, which would make it easy for us, right? That's what you're
No,
telling
I'm
me.
not. I'm trying. Yeah, that's basically.
Yeah, you're
what
making
I'm
it.
getting, is
Yeah.
that right there.
Yeah, I think that would work. You would get those guys. I don't see why.
Ice cream
I'm
cone.
fine.
Oh no, it's a clown now.
That's that guy
It's
in
a
the dunce
no-
cap.
Gnome cone.
I
Yeah.
put on my wizard hat and robe.
It's supposed to go out by 1,
They
then
attack the
2,
darkness.
then 3. Because actually, I think it would be 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, those guys. So they get to make a save, I assume.
No, we're not allowing those anymore.
Yeah.
Wisdom saving throw, or drop whatever's holding and become frightened for the duration.
Okay.
It
So
takes
1,
a dash
2, 3,
action
4.
away from.
So let's start rolling some of these guys. So closest, I'll just go closest to furthest. And what's your spell DC? You got your spell DC on your character sheet there, Brian?
Yeah, I just said it. I'm sorry. It's 14.
14.
My
Okay.
spell save DC. Yeah.
All right.
I must
so
not have
there's
pushed the
first
push the talk
one.
button down hard enough.
Yeah, so those guys for sure. Icons on them so we know. Spell actually looks like. And you're still muted if you're talking.
Nope, I wasn't.
And that guy's okay. Okay. So yeah, what's the sphere spell look like from you?
So most of mine tend to involve light, and in this particular case, the light emanates from me, but as it goes about 3 feet in front of me, it slowly starts to take shape into the things that scare these creatures the most. And so what they're seeing is these lights transforming into their innermost, deepest fear, causing them to panic and flee as quickly as they can away from the situation.
Yeah, and you're noticing like the shapes they're taking are of giant carnivore type creatures, like the fear of like the giant cave bear kind of thing, and creatures that they might meet has always been a fear for them. So these big giant type creatures that live in the woods. Each one might have a different one, or a couple of them might have the same. Cool, yeah. So 4 of them definitely, you can tell, are affected, and at that point, they will take the dash action on their turn, and they will move. Okay. And then they can keep making the check, it looks like. Okay.
And for my bonus action, I'm going to put Bardic Inspiration on Ian.
Okay. Oh, and who had the first one you put out?
Greybeard.
Yeah, GB.
missed that. So let's do GBB. Because you did not use it quite yet.
Nope. I got a D8 sitting in front of me just to remind me.
All right. We're going to keep that guy going. So we're going to move. There. We're going to cast a spell. She begins to speak arcanic words. She casts and what you see is she has kind of a she has like a tribal, it's not quite the size of a staff, bigger than a wand, smaller than like a full bow staff type thing, but almost like a totem carved walking stick almost, that has antlers and such melded into it. And I'm just looking up her spell casting. It's +4. So all right. You see the wounds healing on many of these tribal warriors in front of her. And then begins to move again. There. So cast the spell. You see the wounds on the warriors begin to heal, and then she moves back to some of her tribal warriors, and that is the shaman's turn. So there, and now we're up to Finn. Finn, you were up.
We'll ride quickly to there and attack that guy twice.
Okay. The 8 will miss. And the
Jesus.
10 will miss.
4 misses in a row. That's great.
Bonus actions, that was your movement.
No, there's none.
Okay. Coffee, you were up. So Nod comes charging in. Lance strikes. The guy dodges. He is trying to dodge. He didn't do anything with his action, so it would have been disadvantage anyways, but it just misses. Coffee, all yours.
All right, Coffee's going crazy leopard style. He is going to disappear with Misty Step, appear right behind her on the stag, and put both of his blades in her back.
Or at least attempt to.
Don't you quash his storytelling.
Yeah, first one hit. Yep, second one hit. All right, but she is still riding. So you get, so that was your, well, Misty Step was what, your bonus action?
It's a bonus action.
So then you used your action, your bonus action. Okay.
So I technically still have movement, but I don't want to move away from her, give her any opportunity.
Okay. So that's coffee. That's down to that. Okay. So we're up to the tribal warriors. All right. So our tribal warriors in. So we'll move to here, move to there. These guys head south to the woods. That. That. Yeah. To there. So they're just moving in. And then these guys. They're going to take a dash action. Dashing along. All right. I think everybody has moved. So let's start with up at the top, Graybeard. You have 3 tribal warriors swinging at you as you are standing on the back of the cart.
Right.
Two-handed spears. Here we go. Uh, 15, 19, 22.
Hit.
So 17 piercing damage total.
Right.
Ardreth, you have... Let's think about that. Yeah. You know what? Yeah, he'll take just one swing, just a regular non-advantaged swing at you. And he spears you in your hip for 11 damage.
Yeah, I don't like that.
And you are not trained in combat from your horse, so I'm going to have you make a check to see if you're going to stay mounted or fall off. So let's do. You can choose
The
either.
animal handling doesn't.
Yeah, we can make an animal handling check. You can roll against it. No, it pushes you off the other side, and so you'll be in this 5-foot section here. You land on your feet, but it's pushed you off the horse. You don't have skills of actually fighting in combat from a horseback.
Okay.
You can move your token if you. For some reason I can't grab it. There we go.
I could get the horse, but I couldn't.
Yeah, I was having the same problem. This is stupid, the game. All right, Finn, you have 2 attacks coming at you. I'm going to roll. First one is the non-advantaged attack, spear shot at. He's going to try to hit Nod. So he rolls a 10.
Miss.
Second guy, this is advantage, tries to spear you in the back. Rolls a 19.
Miss.
All right. The 2 in the back are going to throw spears. These would be advantage. 7 and a 14. Miss. Man, that plate armor is super good. The other ones are saving their spears. They are not doing anything more. Care of them. Coffee. Have 4 warriors have swarmed back towards you. Mystified how you were able to escape their grasp, but using their 2-handed spears to take shots at you. These are advantaged, canceled by disadvantage, so these are just regular up shots. So a 6, 22, 16, and a 9.
I will burn the 22 with the. Well, what's this guy in the red got?
A giant axe.
All right,
Or a great axe. I'm sorry, a
Great axe?
Not a giant axe. A great axe.
All right, I'm gonna burn
We've seen
a
giant axes,
shield
we know
on
those.
that 22.
Okay. Yeah. So then he swings. Actually, let me make one check because you did hit her. Let's check. Where is she? She's here. Oh, okay. So that does that. Makes sense. Okay. And then yeah, so axe guy swings twice at you. And these are regulars, so a 16 and a 17.
Nada.
Okay. Jarral, down at the bottom, you have 2 guys. They would have advantage with their 2-handed spears, so this is a Jarral. They followed you down as you ran down, so one is a 20 and one is a 16.
The 20 hits.
Okay, so 9 piercing.
Okay.
And our other guy. Yeah, we will also. He has a great axe, so he switches to his axe as you were in front of him and takes 2 swings at you. First one. 24 and a 24. So
Jeez,
25
crap, man.
slashing.
Both hit. For how much?
Okay. 25 total. slashing.
Damage?
Yes.
Damn, that almost killed me outright. I'm down.
Oh, you're at 0?
I'm at like negative 17.
Yeah, so you're unconscious. There we go. So that's his turn. The last thing that has to happen, the tribal warriors that are running in fear, they get to make a check at the end of their turn to see if it continues. Tribal warrior. Where are your wisdom checks? So no. Nope. One makes it. We'll just pick a dude at random. Senses. Okay. I believe Jarral, you are unconscious. So Graybeard is up.
Do I need to roll a death save?
Nope. You've been knocked unconscious.
But I'm just gonna add the frenzy, but not the reckless attack. And I'm just gonna start at the top of this row here. Oops. Row here, and see what happens. $19?
Yes, 19 hits. So which one was that?
This top one.
Takes it in the teeth.
Okay, down or not down?
Not down.
All right.
Staggered, but not down.
I guess I'll let him have the second one.
Yep, that's a hit. And yeah, he would go down with that. Spectacularly. You can describe it.
Scaramouche! It's like someone dropped a pot of spaghetti with sauce.
Nice.
And then the next one in line. Uh,
20. You're rolling 3 attacks?
Yeah, because I'm using my bonus action to do the frenzied attack.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Yeah, 20 hits.
And 16 damage.
Yeah, that guy was already damaged. So yeah, he goes down.
Same sort of thing. Just pop, pop.
Yeah. Yep. No match for the dwarf barbarian axe.
It's a reason they call it great.
Yeah.
And then that's all I got.
Okay. Okay. That would bring us to Ian, but we are at our 10 o'clock, so I think we're going to have to call it in the middle of our battle here, and we'll bring our game back up next Monday at the top of our round. Ian will agonize the whole week over what she'll get to do, and we will continue on as the Uthgardt elk tribe attacks our wayward travelers on their route to Felbar Citadel. So thanks for joining. Hope you guys enjoyed. We had some good RP in the beginning, and we had action at the end, which is always good in an episode. And then we will be back on Monday once again to go ahead and continue our Storm King Thunder adventure.